Welcome everybody to AF News for your weekly breakdown of events. In this update, from now on, only edible products on the McDonald's menu. In an amazing first, Myanmar has conducted history's first ever pro-democracy airstrike. Maduro rejects the authority of the U.S. Department of Justice to prosecute him, and Israel misses its old friends. All this and more in this weekly update. Starting out with McDonald's, which rolls out a new menu with the statement, "From now on, only edible and terrestrial ingredients in our products." We asked the CEO what that means, and here's his response.
Shut up and consume our stuff. It comes with Pokemon now.
Yeah, Ronnie, tell him.
Our reporters asked no more questions. As for our next item, in Myanmar, the government bombed a village for refusing to vote in the national elections, making this history's first ever, officially confirmed pro-democracy bombings. A reaction from Washington followed shortly after.
No. I heard that about the first ever pro-democracy bombing, and I have to interject here. The U.S. have been exacting these democratic bombings for over 100 years. You all know this. And besides that, we even democratized the bombing process itself. You can buy stocks in Boeing and Northrop Grumman and use those shares to vote on who the U.S. bombs this year. This also goes for ExxonMobil and Chiquita brands.
Who would have thought Marco would have taken that personally? For our next segment, journalists all over the world are updating Joe Biden's pre-written obituaries to mention his year of death as 2026 instead of 2025, in preparation for his looming death. Politicians also are making their arrangements. We asked Kamala if she's prepared for Biden's upcoming death.
I have the funeral speech ready and just the perfect pantsuit. Also, a stylish hat and dark glasses. The look I'm going for? Presidential.
Moving on to international relations. The Public Relations Office of the Trump administration has reassured Western allies who are worried about U.S. imperialism with the following message. International guidelines and the Geneva suggestions are factors that are seriously considered in U.S. foreign policy. When asked about this statement, Trump responded,
"These guidelines, they're close to my heart. They come from the terrible thing that happened with Europe. Everyone always told me. And of course, the Indonesia they're paramount. It's just, some of these rules are stupid and we can do what we want."
Now for some lighter news. Mattel has announced the first ever autistic Barbie, and AF News got the premiere for the revelation of the prototype.
It's working. Yeah, we did it. It's working. Oh.
Mattel is currently working on an autism costume so that everyone can experience autism. We'll take some time for advertisements, and after the commercial break, satirists reach phase of acceptance, journalists enter depression.
Hey guys, it's me again, the editor. Obviously no sponsors yet this week, so I want you to sponsor this channel. I can plug your company like I just did for Mattel. I'm sure they'll love it. If you have no need for advertisements, that's cool. Just like subscribe and comment on the terrible editing. Here I'll go first. Editing broke my phone screen. Editing done by drunk Facebookers. Editor lied on his resume. Editing activated my antivirus. AF News has same editor as the internet historian. Editing drained my phone's battery. Editing drained my emotional battery. And for your weekly editing update, I've unlocked a new skill to make the long-winded items with a lot of speech less boring. You'll see in our next item, which is in fact a long-winded item with a lot of speech. Alright, but in all seriousness, I'll drop one video and several shorts every week. If you're interested in politics, news, and comedy, give me a like and subscribe. I'm just starting out, and I want to see if I can turn this into my day job. Thanks and good looking out.
And we're back with your weekly programming. As satirists worldwide are coming to terms with being inconsequential to the political process, journalists as well are forced to reevaluate their conceived added value to truth, democracy, and their own importance. In an inspiring moment of vulnerability on Jon Stewart's The Daily Show, Ronnie Chieng admitted that fighting authoritarianism with satire made no difference.
We have no idea. But I can tell you one thing that doesn't work. Satire. Doesn't do shit.
We feel your pain, brother. And as journalists, we have asked ourselves a similar question. Is journalism the shining light in the darkness, or is it just an inconsequential hobby for elitist pricks? This is what we got from our redaction staff.
This is a mass identity crisis in the making. We elevated ourselves to a protected class because we told ourselves and the world that we were important for our way of life.
We investigate, expose, and report, and nothing even happens. Evil does not retreat. We thought the work we did would automatically make us lead a successful resistance by default. But we're always on a wild goose chase. What does that even mean for us? And for our station in society? We're basically proven useless now. At least the satirists like Ronnie have some entertainment value. Our mere existence already required legitimization, since independent media and alternative voices on the internet eroded our monopoly on information. Now, when push comes to shove, we're proven useless. What does that mean?
I'm thinking of becoming a life coach or marketing guru because I do want to make a tangible difference. And lately I've been left wondering, is the pen even stronger than the sword? Or do we only say that in the safety of modern society, shielded from real life and the woes of the public because of our undeserved protected status? Were we ever even truthful? Has independent media exposed us? And can we even prove this is not just a simulation? And even if it isn't, atoms are 99.999% empty space. Do we even exist if we're mostly nothing? Or only for that puny 0.01%? And if everything is either nothing or almost nothing, does anything even matter?
We just received news from our online correspondents that J.K. Rowling recently posted on X, expressing support for the protesters in Iran and denouncing the Iranian regime. For the struggling regime, this comes at the worst possible time. Is this the final death blow for the regime in Iran? Let us know in the comments. For our $7,000, we move to the Holy Land. Often only one side of Israel is portrayed in the media. But what is never spoken about is the loyalty that Israel shows its brotherly nations. Did you know Israel still grieves for its old friend? Israel has constructed a memorial for the white regime of South Africa that fell to a convicted criminal in 1994. We spoke to a visitor of the memorial who makes the pilgrimage every year.
Those were some real friends. We had a great understanding of our common reality and shared values. The relations with the US are great, but it requires a lot of maintenance. We can't really be ourselves in that relationship. We need to constantly suppress critical voices, bribe and blackmail politicians, and buy out literally all the media.
So I hear the difference between the relationships with the US and apartheid South Africa. Can you explain that on a national and a personal level?
South Africa just naturally aligned because of our shared values and interests. Now, it's just us to keep the traditions alive. Rest in peace, apartheid South Africa. Gone, but not forgotten.
A touching and humanizing story on our secret sponsor. And back to our reporting. AF News correspondents break news from the courthouse where Maduro was brought before a judge. He does not recognize the jurisdiction of the U.S. Department of Justice and demands a trial by combat?
Only God can judge me. I demand a trial by combat.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. And in the global weather this week, it will rain when you have to go outside, whereas the sun will shine on your enemies. Don't get mad at me, people. Fake weather is predicted based on profound statistical analysis. And next week on AF News, World War III Preppers, Government Edition.